My book analysis is over the novel Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. In Brave New World, the main character is Bernard Marx, who is a lonely and insecure resident of the world state. Bernard is introduced as an angry, lovesick man who becomes irritated with his intimate rivals. He is not exactly heroic and becomes less so as the book progresses, but this makes him interesting to the reader because he wants things that he can't have. The conflict of the book develops more so as Lamina and Bernard hear from the director of the World State about his awful experience at the reservation the night before the two are about to go. While at the reservation, they see some pretty disturbing sights, such as old people that have wrinkles, disease, hunger, brown and black people, and the people at the reservation are treated with such cruelty that they can't even imagine what it would be like. From this point forward, Bernard is unsure if he will be able to unsee the things he saw at the reservation. Overall, Brave New World is a very intriguing novel as it challenges the reader to really dive deep and think about the society of the world state and how different and similar it is to the one we live in today. It also makes the reader wonder what life would be like if technology started to take over our lives even more. Some of the cons that I didn't like about Brave New World was that I felt the story would have been better for me if it went in chronological order. Another was that I thought the story could have improvement in its wording because it didn't directly state what things were, but you just had to draw conclusions of what you thought was happening. And I was also disappointed by how society was separated from the world state and the reservation. Some potentially offensive content is that some scenes do contain a lot of sexual encounters in mature situations. There's also violence in the book, and there's mental instability of certain characters, which can be very graphic. And there's also insensitivity to death in the world state, and the use of drugs. Everyone uses the drug soma to numb their emotions so that when someone dies, they don't feel sadness. Some pros I enjoyed about the book was that I enjoyed how it challenged me to think about how different our society is from the world state and how or what if our society turned into that due to the heavy influence of technology on the world state. And the book also made me realize some of the sad truths the characters experience could be happening in our society just to a lesser extent. And I also felt the story was interesting due to the large influence, as I said before, that technology had on society. One of my favorite quotes from the book on page 163 it says, "Our library contains only books of reference. If our young people need distraction, they can get it in the Feelies." I found this interesting because it showed just how heavily technology influenced their lives and also how the residents of the world state were discouraged to do any type of reading or studying. I agree with what the other book reviewer said, how The Brave New World is indeed a scary depiction of what could soon be our future. And to conclude, I would definitely recommend Brave New World because it is a challenging book that forces readers to think about society and how the scary effects technology can have on it. It also makes the reader think about some of the challenges we face in this society, even though they aren't to such a heavy extent. And so, out of 5 stars, I would rate Brave New World 3 out of 5 stars because It's a good book that will keep you interested and keep you wanting to read it.